The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Well, hello, good morning and good evening and good night and wherever you may be, you know what I mean? Because I know you listen all around the world. But aye, What's the Script is back again for another episode. Myself, Chris, the dark beard fellow. Got myself Craig there, the kind of white beard fellow. And today, we've got one of our own, John, joining us today. How are we, gents?
I'm good with my fucking white beard, aye. You failed to mention that John's the half and half. He's fucking salt and pepper. He's an upside down pint of Guinness.
I'm like the hybrid.
That's the Oreo line. Bye, everybody. This is the last episode of this season. But before we go any further, shout out to people that help us along with us. You get Native Origins there. Craig is going to get his merch out in the next series. I mean, get it all bubble wrapped and stuff, so it doesn't get broke. And again, Quaint for our tunes. Get there on Spotify, give them a wee listen. And a wee shout out to the Seismic Boys. I hear they're going to have a meeting at the G8 Summit. Right.
An AGM, fuck's sake. To see if they like fucking films or no.
And see if they're going to come back and join us in the old podcasting world. But aye, people, before we go on to our usual stuff, Happy New Year, John, know that? Because I think it's been a while since we've seen you.
It has. A lot of life has taken place since the last time I've done this.
All good, I hope. All good. But before going back to the last thing you watched, what have you been watching? What's your ocular delights?
Oh God, there's that many things. Like I normally list on what have you been watching Friday on the Facebook posts. I quite like looking forward to that. The main thing that I always go back to is Archer, the TV show. I don't know if any of you have watched that. They've finished it up now, but that's just, for me, that's just like one of those easy watches that you can put on and just lose yourself for the evening. I always seem to go back to Archer.
You know when I used to watch Archer? Do you know when Archer used to be on? That I remember anyway, when the pubs came out, coming home, steaming, and it was on Channel 4 or something. It was fun. I was like, fucking brilliant. I didn't watch this.
I don't think it went on a bigger network than FX. I mean, FX might be quite big now in America, but like over here, like I don't think FX was ever really big. But other than that, I'd probably say like the best thing I went to the cinema to watch last year was I Swear. Thought that was absolutely brilliantly done. Get a wee affinity for Johnny Davidson, having grown up watching the documentaries and all that. Tim will tell you, Craig, how much we've watched him and his journey, if you want. But that was easily the best movie I watched last year.
It was great, man. We watched it recently, didn't we, Chris?
I watched it very recently, and it was good, man. Well, because we were talking about it in the work, and I had seen the documentary when they went back to revisit him. Know what I mean? I think you had seen the original when he was a wee boy. But it was good, man. It's one of the, I'll say Scottish films, that I mean, instead of British, but it's one of them. I think we enjoy it because of the way it's done. Know what I mean? It's no Hollywood, but it's good, man. It's a brilliant wee film.
Yeah.
You're going to die of cancer. Fuck you. Everybody was great in it. Brilliant in it, especially him. The guy who played him was fucking awesome.
Nah, definitely, man. But what about yourself, Craig? What have your ocular delights been? Your pupil pleasures?
Pupil pleasures, aye. My iris interceptions. Yeah. This last week, I have went to the cinema with my sons, and we watched the absolute cinematic blockbuster, Oscar-heavy nomination, SpongeBob the movie, The Search for SquarePants.
Oh my god!
By the way, it was actually pretty good. It's one of the better ones. Mark Hamill is the fucking what is it? That fucking he's a pirate in it anyway. So there you go. So I watched that. Also watched Predator Badlands off of your shitey review, Chris. I like you. It's not a Predator movie. It's fucking not a Predator movie. But I took that part of my brain away from it and watched it, and I thought it was all right. But it's not a Predator movie, man. I watched Aquaman and Aquaman 2, which I think are two of the DCU, the last one's best films, man. I think they're fucking great, and they just get poo-pooed with the wrong crowd because they were judged before they even came out. Excellent. I watched Wrong Turn, which was fucking like the Deliverance with fucking bells on, you know what I mean? And then I realised that there's another 5 follow-ups to it that I'm going to have to watch, even though it was shite. We get into my audiobooks like yourself, Chris, so I've been listening to Big Dunk's autobiography, which was fucking smashing, Duncan Ferguson, and I'm now body deep into Michael Caine's Elephant to Hollywood, like yourself, which is great. And then, of course, I watched The Mighty Ducks on the back of this review. I watched D2, Mighty Ducks 2, for the first time ever, and I'll talk more about that later. And then last night, my 7-year-old son decided, Daddy, I want to watch It Chapter 2. I went, no bother, son, let's watch it. So there we go. That was me in the last week. How about yourself, Christoph?
Oh, again, mate, I'm everywhere and nowhere. We went kind of Vietnam heavy this week for some reason, but we started with Bedazzled. Because we'll talk
about Vietnam fucking heavy. So I see you're going there, aye. No more! No more! Fuck's sake.
But right after that, mate, Casualties of War. That was O'Neill Paul's recommendation. Born on the 4th of July. Tom Cruise in a wheelchair there, just acting all raging. And then I had to take a break for it. I went Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Then we went back to the war, Hacksaw Ridge, We Were Soldiers, and then last night I just took it easy, went we analysed this, Once Were Warriors, and The Patriot. So just mellowed out at the end, know what I mean? Just a wee bit of civil war at the end there, you know?
I know, different war, know what I mean? I step away from this Vietnam and get myself on a boat, know what I mean? And into some muddy fields.
All right, well, I broke out with a wee bit of Spider-Man, you know?
That's actually do, aye.
Not bad.
Oh, nothing reminds me of Spider-Man like the war.
I bet your Uncle Ben was a fucking war hero, but even though he's not in Spider-Verse, I suppose, but...
No, he's racist good, but...
Aye. Good list, mate.
But that was All Killer Delights ×3, you know? And I mean, there's a good range there, a good spread. I mean, a good spread. Like a party, a Wayne's party. Just there's no just sausage rolls. There's cheese rolls and all.
I thought you were going to say fucking cheese and pineapple on a stick or something. But cheese rolls, fuck's sake.
Oh, all right then, caviar, Craig. Know what I mean?
Oh, but you've got an expensive buffet. I've never been a buffet with rolls. Fucking woohoo! Fuck you and your bread, Council Craig. I'll get rolls there with fucking cheese.
You've not had the wee sausage rolls, but there's no sausage in it. It's just cheese.
Okay, that's a vol au vent, you fucking dafty.
No. It's right next to the sausage rolls. It's with the pastry, but it's like a cream cheese in it or something like that.
Aye.
Oh
look.
I'm definitely fucking.
Boys, come on.
I'm sorry, darling.
Scheme buffet.
Well, add the remains to the boy Craig. He'll enjoy those.
I know. By the way, see that sort of buffet anyway. The kind of finger food buffet. That's a fucking dying thing now. As you know, a DJ, and anything I'm DJing these days is carry out curries and pizzas and hundreds of pounds worth of shite and hundreds of pounds worth of stuff that gets left and binned, man.
Smorgasbord of waste, that is.
Could you be down to say that word ever since I said it fucking 2 weeks ago?
No, mate. For so long, say something about buffets, you bastard. Say it. Had to date myself. But
Aye.
as well as all the ocular delights that we watch, peeps, we also watched this episode subject, and this episode is The Mighty Ducks. But it was in 1992. And we now turn to John to take us down memory lane in 1992. John, take us to 1992, sir.
If everyone would like to hop into my DeLorean, well, there's only room for a couple of these, so somebody will maybe need to hook on the back. 1992, as we spoke about before we went live, lads, I only turned 10 in 1992, so we don't have to do an age check. That's all right. We'll keep some things a bit more private. Biggest stories in 1992: the Maastricht Treaty was signed, which led to what we know as the EU. The Cold War was officially declared over by the United States and Russia. Bill Clinton was elected president that year. Quite a big one that I wasn't aware of was the Church of England approved the ordination of female priests in 1992. There you are. And maybe one of the bigger debuts in show business was Barney the Dinosaur made his TV debut in 1992. So there you go.
I love you, you love me, we're a happy family. Fucking tripping out your box watching that, by the way. Oh,
my favourite Barney reference is in the South Park the movie. Do you know the one where the wee guy that's just like in the revolution and all that? He's like something along the lines of, you think this is kiddie time where we all sit around and lick Barney the dinosaur's pussy? It's a fucking absolutely great line.
Oh, it's going to be hard watching Barney getting dragged into a court one day wearing cuffs because he's a paedophile. It's just, you just know it's coming.
He's the next one to get cancelled, isn't he? In terms of movie releases, 1992 is a great year. See, when you look down at like the box office lists, and then like even just, I've got a couple of honourable mentions here that are like at the top end of that. But Aladdin was the highest grossing movie of 1992. You can't argue with Aladdin's a top 5 for any list that it fits into, whether it's a favourite Disney or favourite animated, whatever. Batman Returns was number 2. Home Alone 2 was number 3. Lethal Weapon 3 was number 4. It's weird how all the numbers worked out there. And number 5 in the top 5 box office list of 1992 was A Few Good Men, again with Mr. Tom Cruise in it. Movie we've just watched, Mighty Ducks, came in at number 31, which I thought was brilliant for a wee Disney. But there you go, 31 most highest grossing movie of the year. Notable mentions, big stuff like Malcolm X, Last of the Mohicans, Alien 3, but an absolute gem in there. My Cousin Vinny came out in 1992. There you go.
So we did a podcast about that not long ago. Fucking love it.
I enjoyed that one. That was a great movie. Loved it.
Definitely.
I shut the click.
I was talking to Craig before you come on about the films in 92, and it was I had a quick look. I went, it's amazing.
Aye, the list is, as I said, like I was looking down the list and I was like, seen that, and it was a while before it got to one that I hadn't seen. It was just, Hollywood at its best.
That's what age were you in 1992?
I was born in 1992. That's why my beard's black.
He's still getting the colour.
We'll keep some things private. Just judge what age we were by the colour of our beards.
Aye, and relationship status as well, because you've got you're looking healthy. You're looking unstressed.
Aye. That was when I was getting fitted for nappies and all that, you know what I mean? Oh. And everybody wanted to see you naked. Everybody. You know what I mean? So many photos of a naked Wayne.
And it was all right back then.
It was. Soon as your skins were off, your ma appeared with a camera. Every time, man.
Aye, world's gone.
Game's gone, man. Game's gone.
92 was a good year for music as well, seemingly. Biggest track of the year was I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. I'll not ask any of you to sing it, and it's fine. School disco classic Rhythm as a Dancer by Snap was in 1992. And then I think one of my favourite songs from back then was Would I Lie to You by Charles and Eddie. That was an absolute banger. In terms of albums that came out that year, Simply Red Stars was like the biggest album in terms of copies sold. And I think that actually came through for 91 as well. But I love a bit of Mick Hucknall.
Oh, aye, good looking guy.
Mm.
But by the way, see back in. Done a power of shagging. Done a power.
He's cooking these days, but man, it's absolutely shocking.
Aye. I'm like, is that Axl Rose? Because the way he looks at her, that means to fucking aye.
Other than that, you had big releases for Lionel Richie, Simple Minds, and Wet, Wet, Wet. I did look at deaths, but I hardly recognised anybody that died in 1992. We were just blessed with people that were born in 92, Chris.
Bar a couple.
But aye, that is it. That is our time travel back to 92, lads.
There you go. I don't remember much from 1992. I just remember looking up at people going, who the fuck is this? It's White Mars now. What's going on here?
You were still fighting with your 17 million brothers and sisters to get into that egg. That's what you were doing. You had a tail in 1992.
Oh,
that's to swim in your class.
Sitting on a wee bouncing chair like that. Is this it?
Right.
Is this it?
This is what
funny. Quite funny because I says to Chris in work as soon as you says the Mighty Ducks about 1992, and I went right away. I says that reminds me of Rhythm as a Dancer on a school trip to Blarvaddock with a school, trying to shag lassies that were too old for me. And it was ice skating. I was doing a lot of ice skating. Funnily enough, back in 1992, maybe that had something to do with the Mighty Ducks because we used to have a place. Used to have a place in Anderson called the Summit Centre, and that was an ice rink. And ended up getting a job there as a steward. 2 shifts I done. Never get paid for them either. Fucking still waiting the money for that. There you go.
I think the number one when I was born was either Ebenezer Good or it might have been Mr. Vane or something. I'm not sure. It's one of them. But
aye, dance was a bit heavy in '92. It was. I remember the school discos being an absolute sweatbox because you were just cutting about that much, man.
Funnily enough, my first ever CD compact disc was Rave '92. So I did. Yeah. And only because I couldn't buy this. I went to Woolworths to buy it. Well, I went to Woolworths to buy the Shaman Boss Drum, and it was sold out. So me and Robbie hoffed in, my brother, and got that instead. Played it to fucking death. Some crack. The Super Mario Brothers tune was on that and everything. That's fucking bento.
I think there's people that are listening to this going, what the fuck is Woolworths?
Aye, by the way.
Oh.
Still opened in Australia, apparently.
Did it? I make a comeback, and it'll be one of those things within another shop.
Aye, probably. Pick and mix, man, right at the door.
I did it not try to rebrand and call itself Big W or something like that?
Is that kind of like one of the local Neds that went to jail for something petty and then came back out with a new nickname?
Aye. I doubt it opened to something. There's a shop in Clydebank Shopping Centre right up at escalators, and that used to be Woolworths, and now it's maybe you're right, Big W. Rings a bell, mate. Aye.
Aye. No, I'm laughing because obviously on the TikTok, like stuff in the 90s always pops up, like Glasgow in 1993 and all that shit, and then you see the old raves, guys standing in warehouses wearing jumpers, know what I mean? Just fucking pure pitching a sweat, just doing that. Everybody's got chewing gum.
It's when a Dove lasted a long, long time, but you know what I mean? High-vis jacket on and white gloves. Up the tunnel, no letting everybody cross the wee bridge. Get to Fox, my bridge. Know what I mean?
I like how Chris thought they were having chewing gum and doesn't realise it was Eki jaw.
Aye. Combing your eyebrows with your tongue and all that. Brilliant. Good days.
But as well as raves and Woolworths and all these other things going on, Mighty Ducks was also it. So, according to the interwebs, the budget for the movie was $10 million and it brought in $50.7 million. According to the interwebs. So, That's not a bad return, and it's probably why there was more of them made. It was directed by Stephen Herek, I'm sure is his name. It might be, don't know how you say it. But
He likes to be called Steph, mate. Steph Herek.
it does. It does. People that know Steph know he likes to be called Steph.
Steg.
But
If it comes to Glasgow, it's Steg.
there was a big, massive cast, and which one of you would like to do a big rundown of the cast?
I'll leave that to Craig. I've got working on it.
I only wrote down the kind of main players because I was like, I'm not writing all the fucking names, man. So I wrote down, obviously, Emilio Wstevez, Joshua Jackson, Vincent LaRusso, and Elden Henson. And there's another 40 cunts after that.
Oh, aye, there's a shitload. A shitload. Hi, Emilio Wstevez, Josh Ackland, Lane Smith, Heidi Kling, Joseph Summer, Joshua Jackson, Eldon Ratcliffe, Sean Weiss, Brandon Adams, MC Gainey, Matt Doherty, JD Daniels, Aaron Schwartz, and I think we'll stop there. Because
you need to add to that list the writer. The writer gave himself a part in all three movies. It's just
no, that didn't.
2 paychecks to go for that. A sly bugger.
Oh, there you go. It's a bit of trivia. I never wrote that down either. That was well done.
You see the rival lawyer when Estevez is a wee prick. That's who the writer was, the guy that played that other lawyer.
There you go.
I knew that, I just didn't write it down. Because I was thinking like that, because obviously when you're doing your checks on the film and all the facts came as a trilogy. You know what I mean? So you had to like try and differentiate what was in this and what was in other ones and X, Y, Z. But aye. So trivia, lads. He's your best bit of trivia.
That was it.
John just trumped us there. John just gave us the best bit of trivia. Before I did it, a wee bit of trivia for you. I've just let you know that ImDb, this film is sitting at a 6.6 out of 10, and the Rotten Tomatoes score is 27%. By the way, out of 100. That's a joint score. So there you go. That shows you what people think about it now. But trivia-wise, Jake Gyllenhaal, who was unknown at the time as much of the child actors were, auditioned for the role as Charlie. But his parents wouldn't let him do the movie, so the producers ended up casting Joshua Jackson, who later became, obviously, Pacey at a fucking Dawson's Creek, wasn't it? Is that what that was called, that thing?
I've grown up with Joshua Jackson, like, doing bits here, man, so just careful what we say about wee Charlie Conway, all right, lads?
Oh, yeah. Oh, didn't know you held him so dear. Or so close.
Do you know who else auditioned for Charlie? Mr. DiCaprio.
So he did.
Apparently you're right, Gyllenhaal's parents didn't let him take the role, but DiCaprio just wasn't good enough to get offered it. I wonder what he went on to do.
No.
Well, see, but if I've kind of worked this out right, I'm sure he ends up in Critters 2 or Critters 3.
Aye, it's one of the utter shite critters, aye. He was in that.
They're in an apartment building, isn't it?
Aye. But like John says, it kind of was on the ascendancy quick after that, wasn't it? DiCaprio.
Aye.
Juliette Lewis, I know, she tried out for the part of Connie, but she lost out to Marguerite Moreau. Like Juliette Lewis, she looks like a crazy bastard. I think she'd be fucking dynamite.
I think she's dynamite in most things, aye. She just always looks like she's about to just total the whole cast.
Aye, she's flinging you about the bedroom and then knock fuck out you after it. You know what I mean? Bipolar as fuck. Did she not get with Brad Pitt? Back in the day?
I'm sure she did, aye.
Even out with everybody right enough.
This film as well, it was planned to just be a standalone movie, and there was no real plans to make sequels of it until the money came in. So
it's weird for Disney, that, isn't it?
it's uncharacteristic.
A 300% markup will do that. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. And again, another person that could have been in this film before Emilio Wstevez was offered and accepted the role of Gordon Bombay. His brother, Charlie Sheen, was the original who they wanted, but he turned it down. So he did 1992.
See, but Emilio Wstevez in this part, there's only other one person I could imagine in that role, and it was Michael J. Fox.
Aye, I get that.
But Charlie Sheen there, just winning.
You don't think you'd have to do much acting at the start, calling all the Wayne's wee bastards and that?
Exactly, know what I mean? Well, it kind of makes sense at all, because apparently the script of this was supposed to be originally darker than what it turned out to be. That the Gordon Bombay character was supposed to be an ex-hockey league player or something, and he was back to get revenge on his ex-coach and all this, so it could have been darker with Charlie Sheen. I think he can play darker.
I wish he did play darker, to be honest with you. But then, it's not very Disney, is it? If they were going to, because like you said, Chris, wee bit Merrow in that was bit of darker, obviously, with very little comedy. And it's about an ex-NHL player turned alcoholic who seeks revenge on an old coach, like you just said, by coaching opposite him. The main idea stayed when Disney brought the rights to the movie, but some elements were changed because it wasn't very Disney. So they just changed it to him having a drink and getting caught drink driving rather than being fucking 24/7 bottle of whiskey in a brown paper bag in his fucking lapel, you know what I mean?
Just go like the wins. Do that thing that you do. What? Do that thing that I don't know what you're talking about. Right, move.
Aye. They could have had him like Patches O'Houlihan, couldn't they have? Line up, ladies! Why do I drink my own urine? Because it's nice and I like the taste.
By the way, see, talking about the drink, and it was fucking the Gordon Bombay. Apparently, they made his name up for two different gin brands.
Aye, it's the writer's favourite gins is what they went with.
That's fucking nuts.
Could have been a lot it could have been a lot worse then. Could have been called White Mackay or fucking
Glenn Smirnoff. That was a Russian coach.
Aye. What did they drink in Iceland,
okay,
actually?
man.
I don't know.
Aye, but aye. So this villain, lads, childhood favourite, I'm guessing.
Aye, I loved the franchise when I was younger. I still see whenever like you flick me through the channels now and it's on, I'll stick it on even if I get just 5-10 minutes of it before Carly asks what the fuck I'm doing. But no, it's watched it back last night and for the first time in years, and from start to finish, and you're like, aye, you can see exactly why it's got that rotten scores, rotten tomatoes. There's so many plot holes and everything in it, and continuation problems, but it's that underdog movie, isn't it? It's just you're just hoping at the end that they can beat the bastard Blackhawks.
Even the name, the Hawks and the Ducks. Do you know what I mean? It's like a superior fucking bird kind of hanging a hawk would kill a duck and all that kind of stuff. You don't realise that till you fucking watch it back. But you're right. We talked about this off camera. The first thing I said was, I've watched it twice. It's no aged well at all. But then I need to, I need to remember how I felt about it in 1992 when I watched it. You know what I mean? So you're right. Aye, it's definitely a film at its time for a demographic at its time, definitely. But I can see why it done so well, definitely.
Aye. So it's to kind of sum it up. It's the fucking a childhood sport movie, innit? No, I mean it's like I know it's like a bit of a stretch, but it's like Wayne's fucking Rocky. You know what I mean? It's the underdog. They've got fuck all. They're in disarray. They're going up against the best, and they pull it off. You know what I mean? It's a wee redemption story in there for a character as well. You know what I mean? So it's Disney, isn't it? It's just Disney on the back.
I like how the redemption story for obviously Bombay, as you're talking there. I think it takes about 34 minutes during the movie for a complete like 180 for him to turn for the wee arsehole that he was in the courtroom to being the family friendly coach that they're all falling in love with. Like there's a wee bit where he nearly loses them, but like he's changed his ways after something like 34 minutes. I just thought, wow, that's we need to put Disney executives into politics. You know what I mean?
That's funny as fuck, man, because we and him were just talking about that, saying it was a bastard until Charlie wouldn't cheat for him, and then a guy came in and said, "I've gave up my fucking overtime for this," and then just that's him. Oh my god, you're right.
Have to go up his overtime.
Aye.
But see, as well as that, mate, there's a character in this that totally confuses me, right? And it's Mr. Duckworth, right? See the start of the film, he's on like Gordon's back and all that, like, oh, this is just a job. Don't be that guy. I'll sponsor the team and all that. How's it gone and all that? And then when it comes to the wee boy, I can't remember his name now. Banks not getting the hang, mate. And he's like, hold on, why have you done this? Why are you that bad guy now?
Shut.
It just confused me. You know what I mean? It's like you're kind of expecting that guy to be there at the end and seeing the duck crowd. You know what I mean? But he's not.
Aye.
It's just I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's who Gordon was going to become. I don't know, but
Aye, even giving them the money to get the uniforms and the kit and all that, like even that was like, he's like, whoa, no, 15 grand. Like they're sitting in like one of the tallest looking buildings in wherever they are, so that they clearly got a bob or two. They probably billing out some poor bugger 15 grand just for having that conversation with each other. Oh no, can I give these Waynes 15 grand? No, not a chance.
No.
Where'd the rest of the money go? But because in Hans' show, it only comes to about 7.5. Like Bombay into a bit of embezzlement or something.
That's it.
Seen a good telly.
Have you seen his hair? He's been a fair amount of fucking hair products to keep that thing in place. I tell you.
Oh, it gets more product heavy in the second one.
I was watching it thinking I had a good head of hair back in '92, but I didn't have that good a head of hair, man. Did you see the likes of Joshua Jackson's? I know that was a bonnet. Like, that thing was on for days.
Aye. I'm sure that had scaffolding inside it, man. Aye. That's some high hair, man.
It's the hair cotton, feathered and lethal.
I just don't see it anymore. Just a wee bit of trivia as well. When the Anaheim Ducks were added as an expansion team to the National Hockey League in real life, they originally bore the name Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, sometimes also called the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, in reference to the movie, because the team was owned by Disney. Fuck's sake, there you go. However, prior to the 2005-06 NHL season, they rebranded their name shortly following Disney selling the team before the previous season. There you go.
Changed the logo as well, the BAMs.
Aye.
Have they?
Aye. It's not anything like an obvious, like the uniforms in the movie are obviously they've let Charlie draw it. Do you know what I mean? But they changed everything once they bought it off of Disney.
I done a deep dive yesterday regarding the merch. So even ChatGPT couldn't fucking give me an accurate figure, but they did say that between then and now, the merchandise for Mighty Ducks, because it's still fucking relevant to this day, is somewhere between 400 and 500 million, which I thought was kind of on the slide, because in 2004 Disney's licensed Mighty Ducks merchandise, they made 64 million in 1 year. Do you know what I mean? So I would rather times that by 34, and that probably give you a truer reflection of, because you go to any shopping site now, TikTok Shop, Temu, eBay and all that, Mighty Ducks. As I says to Chris off camera, my wee boys watched this with me and they want a fucking Mighty Ducks t-shirt now. I'm like, fucking hell, man.
Aye, well, that's the thing. Like movies like this, they are generational. They're not going to be like what we would call maybe like a cult classic, but it's like any 8, 9, 10-year-old will sit down and watch this and love it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like A Few Good Men for 1992 isn't going to have people at a certain age sitting down and loving that movie. It's like you now have to either like law movies, army movies, or Tom Cruise, which probably mostly everybody does. But it's a conveyor belt for something like this movie. Any young kid coming through a certain age is going to absolutely love just how this works, because they'll be able to relate to one of the wee characters. Like, I don't know how many you said there was, Chris, about 40 million people that were in this movie, but you've got somebody there that you can relate to.
Oh, definitely. Plus, I have a theory as well, mate.
Oh,
That the Creed, the Reed character. No, he hits the hockey puck dead hard. I believe that inspired Happy Gilmore. There you go. There you go. And I also, and I also see the driver, Lewis. I believe that's the same character that's in Con Air that flies the aeroplane. And I'll tell you for why. See when all the Mighty Ducks are acting rowdy and shaking the limousine, he offers to kill one of the Waynes to put them straight. So that guy's been there. Now he's in Con Air. I'm just going to leave it out there. Just going to leave it out there. Just.
I think you're onto something.
I've heard more wilder ones than that, so that could be totally believable. Just had enough one day. Fucking launched a Wayne, broke its neck, didn't mean it. Fucking end up flying a plane. But you're right, John. There's a character in there for every Wayne. The kind of the chubby fat one. Do you know what I mean? The specky one that's trying to get by on jokes, and then there's Charlie, that's the wholesome kid, and then even the guy that comes for the Hawks, Banks. Do you know what I mean? He has an arc as well, because I'm too good for this mob. No, I don't want to be a duck, I want to be a hawk, but he ends up being a good cunt. You know what I mean?
And dressed in head to toe in leather. Do you know what I mean? He clearly goes on to be a gimp, so.
Aye. But last wee bit of trivia for me was, this is probably common knowledge to a lot of people, but I never found this out until I happened upon a podcast about it last week. And it's the actor Matt Doherty, not the man that played with fucking Wolves. Matt Doherty, who plays Averman, which is that wee guy with the specs there, above my shoulder. He was actually Heed, and So I Married an Axe Murderer.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
Is he no one of the Macaulay Culkin siblings in Home Alone as well?
Is he?
I think he's one of them.
I know exactly who you're talking about. But yeah, you could be right in it.
Aye.
Kevin, you're such a disease.
I was going to look into where are they now, but I mean, like we've touched on, there's too many of them to bother looking at. Like,
well, I know Jesse Smollett. He's hiding under the couch. Know what I mean? After staging a certain fucking lynching, shall we say?
Oh, tell me more. I don't know what that means. Who's he?
You don't know the Jesse Smollett, no?
No.
Well, apparently, I'll say apparently for legal reasons.
Is this where we have to consult legal?
There's a disclaimer. Just put allegedly before every sentence.
Allegedly, Jesse says that there was two white guys attacked him and tried to lynch him. And then allegedly it came out that the whole thing was staged. So there you are. You'll need to read me up on that. But aye, it's a bit wild, but hey, he's a mighty duck, mate. You can do what he wants. He's a mighty duck.
Suppose so. Did you know that Elden Henson, who played Fulton, and Garrett Ratcliffe Henson, who played Guy, are brothers in real life? Didn't know that.
Didn't know that either. But you were saying about merch and all that, right? And I feel I need to mention this. See the 90s attire? It is fucking appalling.
Oh!
These Waynes are dressed. All the adults. I'm telling you now. See when Gordon goes to the house to have a dinner. See the jumper he's wearing. Why are you wearing that jumper?
It's wild. It's not even that. He's not wearing a t-shirt or a shirt or anything under. He looks like he's just, what is it? He's raw dogging that jumper.
Oh, mate. I'm so glad. So glad. I mean, he goes for suit, shirt and tie on that boom, boom, boom to what the fuck is that?
That's part of the turnaround, isn't it? It's like, I'm not wearing Armani, I'm wearing Fanny.
Well, so was no, I refuse the turnaround. I refuse the turnaround.
Aye. No, I get a fright there when you first said 90s attire was shocking. I thought you meant on a whole, but in this film, it's fucking barking. It's not even a sweater shop jumper, which was at the height of fashion back in 92. Everybody had a sweater shop jumper, man. But you're right, John, he has a raw dogs at him. Where's the vest? Where's the fucking t-shirt? No, it's just, he's thinking going to get his hole and he just wants it off.
He must have broke out under that, man. He'd be itching like mad.
This is the whole thing, but it's technically date night. Like, make a good impression, and you fucking wore that.
Aye. Him and the boy making a roast. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aye, but the mod didn't expect Bombay in there. Like, see when she comes in, she's surprised that he's there.
No, she's surprised he's wearing that jumper. Like, where the fuck did you get it?
Oh, what's that, Gordon?
Aye. Oh, something smells good. Is that my fucking underage son making a full fucking 7-course dinner again for me coming in for work? Oh, jumper.
Well, must be Thursday.
Aye.
And here's the thing, why is everything baggy? Everybody's clothes are baggy. All the adults and everything is fucking baggy.
It was only a $10 million budget, mate. They couldn't get close to fit. Had to hit all the thrift stores in New York for that.
It was back in the 90s, mate. You only have to look at, because just look at football, right? Look at the strips and the kits of the 80s, and then look at the strips and the kits of the 90s. Everything was just fucking hanging off you, man. Gust of wind and you ended up knocking it.
But culture was baggy back then, wasn't it? Because like hip hop and R&B all started to get bigger in the early 90s, so we'll probably marry in with all that, won't
it? Aye.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air stuff, man.
But, and by the way, see another thing, the boy that plays Reed, he looks older in this film than he does now. I don't remember his name now.
What one's Reed again?
Elden,
is that Foggy?
Elden Ratliff.
Slapshot.
Aye, Foggy. Aye, I'm telling you, he looks older in this than he did in Daredevil.
You're right, because in Daredevil it looks as if he's never shaved in his life.
Aye, that's
Doesn't he?
it, mate. He's got that Benjamin Button disease.
He's even got a higher voice. No, he's got a fucking low voice in this.
Mate, it's fucking blew my mind. I'm going, Foggy.
There's bound to be people out there that didn't know he was Foggy either, that are just going like that. They've not heard the last 30 seconds of you talking. They're just putting, they're seeing math formulas just now.
But before we started the podcast, I know, me and Craig were talking, and I happened to mention Karate Kid. I see a lot of likings in Karate Kid to this film.
I'm sure they mentioned it in this film as well.
Mm-hmm. Aye, like wax on, wax off. So it's very similar. No, I mean, especially when it comes to the last game, where the coach is literally going, swipe my leg. Like,
Aye. A lot of fucking underhand tactics and stuff, which, by the way, there's millions in the second one. That Iceland fucking coach, let me tell you, talking about injuries and shit, but we'll get to that. Aye, you're right, mate. It's another underdog story, innit? It's the bullied, kind of trodden on people winning, I suppose. But aye, you're right.
Every dog has its day, innit? It's one of the ones. You can be garbage for 364, but see on that 360-50, you've got a chance.
You are Macclesfield.
Oh, what a result for them, eh?
Aye. Cooting busting bastards.
Never before did anybody go, see, one day people will be talking about the Mighty Ducks and Macclesfield will be mentioned.
Unless there's a Macclesfield-based podcast, no.
I know.
Hey, they won the Big Macs.
That's what they should call it.
But since you've said that, right, I wrote this down, right, because I've got questions, right, but what is the message behind this film, right? What's the message behind it?
You're going to go left field, obviously, so tell us.
No, I'm just curious because, see, effectively, right, Gordon has probably got a well-paying job, right? Now, there can't be much money being a pee-wee hockey coach, right? He's now living in a shitey wee town, right, compared to the big city. And see the other team, the Hawks, that have been told, right, you need to go out there and win. You need to go out there and win. Whereas, right, I know it works out for the Ducks, but it's, come on, lads, let's just have fun.
Aye.
Good luck with that, lads.
Totally get what you're saying, but it's a 360 arc then, because young Gordon loved this tune, he loved hockey, he loved his dad, he loved fucking skating on the lake, he loved everything about it, and he spent the rest of his life trying to eradicate it because of that miss. Do you know what I mean? So it's probably like he woke up again and realised everything that he loved was exactly there. You know what I mean? But I know what you mean. Big city, money, high powered job, fucking one defeat in 30 and all that kind of shit was all his life, but it was all designed to fill the void that he'd left, I think. There you are.
Well, like I says, it's just go questions, because technically, see his coach then go for the win. Effectively ended up with a better life, maybe not a happier life, but that's how I'm asking. What was the message?
He's partial to a fucking redhead, that's his message. He fucking likes a ginger. What's the name of the actor that plays the Hawks coach?
Oh, I meant to actually look that up yesterday and all, but it felt like he was in hundreds of things when I was younger.
Aye. Bastard in them all. Lane Smith.
Aye.
Funny enough, John, you mentioned my cousin Vinny. He was the opposing lawyer in that and all, wasn't he? He always plays a kind of underhand arsehole.
And he plays it well, doesn't he? He always. But he's a lovely guy.
Very fucking give his last pound, the guy. Bet he's first up in the church.
He's just a prick when that red light's on.
He literally manages a pee-wee. He's managed that all his life, know what I mean? That's gives to the community.
Aye.
True.
Aye, all his life.
But since I've spoken about certain parts of the film, what's your favourite scenes, folks? What's your favourite scenes? Start with yourself, John.
So Carly came in for like the last half hour of it last night, and I'm sitting watching it. Excuse me, and just the bit at the end where they're playing that final playoff game, like that whole drama and excitement, like that's still. You still get a bit of enjoyment, like you know what's happening, you know who's going to win, but you're still like, go on, get up. So it's the happy ending. That's my favourite scene.
Everybody enjoys a happy ending. What about yourself, Craig?
I enjoy a happy ending as much as the next man.
I like it.
Right.
You straight on, didn't give me a chance to have a battle there. Just straight away, we're going to burn him here.
It's not as much favourite scenes in this film for me as moments in the film, because I've wrote down 10 poignant things in this film and they're all in Thingme. So we've talked about already about Gordon's wake up moment where he stops being a dick and decides that's it, I'm all in, let's get these kids, let's help and all that jazz. So that's a very poignant moment in the film. But also, I like the way they rename themselves to the Ducks and all that, and the guys in the jerseys, and just the way he takes his jacket off. I was like, I'm proud to be a Duck. Anybody else proud to be a Duck? All that. And they're all like that. No, not really. Until Big Foggy says, oh, how about a Duck, man? Know what I mean? So that's quite good. Then they're on board and they're all high-fiving and shit. So that's a good thing.
One for me, I think it's a smashing scene where Mr. Ducksworth, the coach, and Mr. Banks don't get what they want when it comes to young Banks playing for the Ducks. Know what I mean? And then they're going, aye, just you do that and you'll get your job back and all that thing and all that. And it's like, nah, that's not happening. Know what I mean? So I guess there as well, talk about Gordon's kind of arc in the story. Know what I mean? It's just he's changed, he's pivoted. Know what I mean?
The thing I loved about that scene, Chris, was when he does the wee, like if you remember back to at the start of the movie where he's like, "Thank you very much, Mr. Ducksworth," and that he's acting the wee ball bag, but then he's like, "Yes, sir, Mr. Ducksworth. Right away, Mr. Ducksworth. Quack, quack, quack," and then he starts quacking. They are stood in a law firm, a clearly well-respected law firm, and the owner of the law firm is having to tell one of his staff members to stop quacking. I just thought that was absolute comedy, man. I loved that bit.
That's one of the highlights for me. Know what I mean? The bad guys technically getting told to fuck off in Disney terms. Know what I mean? So, any other scenes for yourselves, lads? Any other scenes?
Well, there was an outrageous bit that I thought the Snowflake Society these days would just never allow. Like, and you probably already know where I'm going with this, but there's a bit where is it with the first time that they play? Who did they play? Is it the Hawks?
It's the Hawks.
And they basically came up to halfway. And the guy for the Hawks like that, what is this? The audio lineup or something like that? And then you're like, what the hell is he saying that for? And then you look and it's one white boy flanked by two of the black boys, and you're like, oh my God. Racism in 1992 was wild. No wonder George Floyd was out trying to make a name for himself. Correct.
I say, I fucking trying to make a fucking buck for himself, the cunt. I better know.
I couldn't believe that, man. Like, that's something that you definitely. Obviously, the demographic is aimed at a younger group, so you wouldn't pick up on that. But watching it back now as a half adult, like that blew my mind.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because I genuinely would have thought that Disney would have cut that out. Like they've done with, was it Jingle All the Way and all that? They've cut out two parts of that as well. You know what I mean? And it's like, just leave it in and people can be outraged. You know what I mean? It's call me it's time. You know what I mean?
It was absolutely nuts. I was sitting there shocked for a good couple of seconds.
It wasn't until you mentioned that, and I just realised the Hawks didn't have a black boy and they didn't have a girl in their team either. So there you go.
I noticed the girl thing because Carly had said at the end of it, she's like, "Oh, there's girls playing as well." I was like, "I just on that team, but."
Well, again, let's see that you mentioned that there's the audio lineup because there's a part in it where Gordon walks into the classroom and he goes, "Right, come on, guys," and a wee lassie turns and goes, "Person." So I'm going, "So you were aware?"
Aye.
But you just decided to leave that.
Not only that, we can trace all this back now to 1992. This is when everything started, pronouns, all that. This is where it kicked off.
Aye. Charlie's now still called Charlie, but wears different underwear. Know what I mean? Another good arc, I'll say, in the movie is Hans. Hans is a good character. He's a grounding childhood influence for Gordon and kind of makes him like realise what hockey's all about, what he's all about, what life's all about, and all that. And it makes Gordon think as well. Teaches him about winning, doesn't he? Really, he's a wee speech about winning versus honour and the soul of the movie. It's quiet and emotional. Do you know what I mean? And it's a grounding bit for Gordon. He's a good character, which I thought was going to be lost in the second one, but it wasn't. It wasn't by the guy that played his brother.
But his shop wasn't up to code either, but he didn't get done because he had diplomatic immunity.
Aye. Fostet! Get over here, Fostet! What are you doing over there? Just making sure I'm not standing on plastic.
I'll give one other one for myself, and it's when Goldberg's tied to the goals, and the whole team just scudding pucks at him. Know what I mean? It's just because it's obviously there's a line before it, but that's one of my favourite lines as well. But aye, and then just see the fact that he's got Eddie's theory being a goalkeeper, and everybody just skates off and leaves him. It's like, all right, cheers. So they parried that in The Simpsons, didn't they? Sure, they parried that in the thing. And tied Mulhouse to the goals. So, but, aye.
And then it just shows what a unit he is and starts to skate off with a goal in tow.
Because they mentioned was it pizza or something like that?
Hey, that's it. I would move the fucking goal for a bit of pizza and all, don't you worry. Also, throughout this film, see any time that Gordon has a face-off with Coach Riley, it's always quite... What's the word? It's like I've wrote down there, any scene that Bombay crosses past with his old coach hits kind of hard, because there's childhood trauma attached to that. It's all in the speech he gives him before he misses that shot when he's a wee boy, you know what I mean? You're not just letting me down, you're letting your teammates down, you know what I mean? Just, you're an arsehole, mate, you know what I mean? And it's, even when he meets him as an adult, and they're looking at the sign, that one championship one they never won, and he's like, you know, I wish they'd take that down and all that, just, that was you, you wee dick. As if so when he gets his comeuppance, it's all the more brilliant, you know what I mean?
It was that mess that killed your father. Like, Jesus. Fucking. Table for one at parents' night, is it? That's your fault, you wee dick.
Aye. That was just before your damn it out in the ice that night, steaming, fell under the ice, never seen him again. Bastard.
Roman. Maybe Bobby coached them, and he's the one that had to stay there.
You know. But any other scenes before we move on to favourite lines? Anyone you want mentioned out there?
I like how wee Charlie plays matchmaker. I think nothing appeals to the single guy in you more about potentially liking a woman than the woman's kid giving you a wee nudge and a wink saying, I'm signing this off, mate, if you go for this. Like, I know she's hot. Like, she's very hot. I'll tell you why she's hot. Do you not think she's hot? I'm happy with this, mate.
I mean, I've shared a bath with her. Know what I mean? Come on.
Mate, I've seen these things. Like, I know what you're in for.
Aye. On you go, big man. Fucking rolls like a train, that you. You're all right.
Aye.
I'll do it.
As long
I'll do
as
the
there's a
dishes.
PlayStation under the tree, you do what you fucking like.
It's like, don't worry, mate. I came out like that. Do you know what I mean? So there's plenty of room in there. Plenty. Go for it. I just thought it was so creepy. It was absolutely creepy the way, like, they could have even just like redone the scenes. Do you know what I mean? Keep the dialogue and all that the same. They could have just told young Joshua, ease up on the neediness a wee bit here, mate. Like, you want him to be your new dad, but come on.
That's why they introduced that jumper. See the next scene? Like, we need to kill this. We need to dampen this sexual tension. Emilio, batter that jumper on, lad.
Between Emilio and Joshua.
Aye. It's just so untrue to real life, because in real life, you bang them all anyway, and then spend 6 months trying to convince the Wayne that you're all right. Know what I mean? Through experience.
This was the upside down, wasn't it? Did you see the cuddle he gave him, I know, when Bombay's leaving at the end to go on the bus?
Aye.
Everybody's like fist bumping and all that, and fucking Charlie's in there giving him a wee kiss on the cheek.
Aye.
Aye. It's like we were talking about this earlier on, and all. It's film is very wholesome. No, I mean almost overly wholesome, but you know what I mean?
Too Disney.
Just imagine all the Waynes all talking about that afterwards. Like, is Charlie getting that game? Because you know, it's not. I mean,
well, I read that before the start of it, most of the actors that read well and auditioned well couldn't skate, so they had to actually learn to skate. Well, maybe that's what Charlie was doing. He couldn't skate that well, so he was trying to bargain it, sweeten the deal for the coach by throwing in his maw as a side piece.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
I've not got a fake ID to buy you any of that booze that you like while you're driving, but here, have a shot at my ma.
Yeah, he lets that hair grow any longer, he'll be like fucking cousin it for the Addams family. Jesus.
I don't think I'll get that for a fair wee bit.
I know. What do you mean I'm bench, coach? I'm on the bench. I'm on the bench. Where did you have your breakfast this morning? I done that. I done that for you.
Guess who's on the couch tonight? If I'm on the bench, you're on the couch.
Gotta get home and tell my ma you touched me, you prick.
I'm riding the bench, I'll be only thing getting rid in the day. Yeah, see how you like that.
Oh, Jesus. Poor Charlie.
We've just made it darker now, lads. Well done, mission.
Mighty Ducks 4 coming soon.
To find love. Mighty Ducks after 12. The water
Whackers. Aye.
But
give us a quote, Chris.
Since we've already started, mate, favourite lines. Take it away, Craig. He's a heartfelt moment.
First one, Bombay. A team isn't a bunch of kids out to win. A team is something you belong to, something you feel, something you have to earn. Oh, instilled the past in me, that, tell you.
That's what the message was. I don't want to be too corny, but that's what the message of the movie is. It's teamwork, friendship, family. That's what it is. Can't believe I just said that after a minute ago.
I think the farmer's been out spread fertilising his fields again there.
You're right, that is the message, Ben. And see, every time somebody says teamwork, I always think of fucking Untouchables. Team. Fucking baseball bat back in an apple. Take that.
Yourself, John, you got a favourite line there?
Oh, I've got. There was a few where I had a wee one-liners that I had a wee chuckle at, and Carly looked at me with disdain each time, so I knew they must have been good. I liked the one in the locker room. I think it was after they'd caught Coach Bombay speaking to the bad coach, and he was like obviously saying, "Aye, the kids are all losers. Aye, fuck you, coach." And he's back in, and Jesse's like to him, "Forget it, Cake Eater. If you want to play with yourself."
How terribly risque of you.
These kids are prepubescent, are they not? Well, maybe Fuller, isn't he? But what does he even know that means? You know what I mean? They're looking at a Sports Illustrated mag. They don't know. Come on, play with yourself. Away you go, Jesse.
I remember speaking of looking at Scud books, I remember school holidays, primary school, Scud book in the bushes is where you always find them. And I remember one of my friends at the time, who I'll no name on this podcast, opening it up and going, look at that woman's dick. Huh?
Where did you grow up?
Anderson. He was a kind of sheltered cunt, that boy, right enough, but he obviously thought women had dicks. And I don't know what he's seen because it was just an afro down there, you know what I mean? It's like,
he must have thought it was like belly buttons you get an in and out of.
Where's that woman's dick? Mental. Chris, some lines. Aye.
One for me, a back and forth with a policeman. Okay, I'm taking you down the precinct. Breath, blood, or urine in Bombay. No thanks, I'm full.
Aye, that's right up my street. I love that stuff.
It's the only time you hear his wee Billy the Kid chuckle.
Aye.
Yes.
I've always said
Again,
aye, go.
no, on you go, Craig.
I'm just going to say one I've already touched on, which was the yes, sir, right away, sir. Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Duckworth. Quack, 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 Mr. Duckworth. Quack, quack, quack. Stop quacking. Funny, but
It's funny. It's funny in itself because, like you say, Chris, it's the big FU, two fingers up to all the bad guys. But it's that imagery of like the guy in the suit, the old man, the textbook like lawyer telling somebody to stop quacking like us. There's no way a millionaire would be like, stop quacking. He'd just be like, fuck off, get out. This shall be sent to you. Don't even go by the office now. Stop.
Jeeves, drag this man outside and have him shot. Aye, one for me, I've already said, Lewis the driver. I could kill one of them and just set an example, sir. All right, Lewis.
Definitely, he was auditioning for Conair at that point, wasn't
he? Another one for yourself, John?
I like to want to see when they're on the classroom, and this is when like the idea a team hits them on, they're all together, and then just before that, the teacher's talking to them, like taking the lesson. And he's talking about the different molecules and all that. He's like, you take the two of these and it makes up 96% of what's in your body, which is, and two lads like that, pizza. That's definitely a kid answer. Well done. Whoever wrote that should still be working the day.
The final game, when Bombay just says to Coach Riley, to think I wasted all those years worrying about what you thought. You're going down, Riley. I'm just waiting on the Rocky music hitting after that.
Aye, it's got that whole message into it, the underdog, like about to serve the comeuppance to the big bad bully, and then it gives you the absolute Americanism. You're going down.
Aye, and like you say, they're just expecting the Rocky bell.
Aye. What do you want me to do? Win! It's quite funny. That is the level of patter. That is a level of... Because there's another one when Banks says he becomes full circle and he's investigated as a duck and he says, let's kick some hot butt. You know what I mean? Butt. You know what I mean? Instead of ass. See, at the very start when Bombay meets all the boys for the first time, somebody floats in a wee bastard there. Did you hear it? We're just something bastards. So that must have been the one swear word that was allowed in this film.
Is that when he's describing what happened to the previous coach for the Sare Arm? I think that maybe that.
Aye.
But again, it's like Americanisms, they don't have like the same meaning for swear words out here, do they? Like, I remember watching Friends once and they said wank. Another one that I liked and I actually continued to use in sporting situations was when they were garbage at the, like in minute 20 odd before they became good in minute 40 odd. There was a bit where Charlie obviously misses his shot and Bombay's like that, keeps swinging, maybe you'll give him a cold. I just loved everything about that. Like, obviously the idea that like the gust of wind could give them the cold, but hey, they're on the ice. Do you know what I mean? They're already like at risk of said cold. That virus is impending.
One for myself again. It's Dave Carp after he's been knocked out. Says, I don't want to go to school, Mum. Bombay, Carp. How many fingers am I holding up? And Peter Mark says, you wouldn't know that anyway.
That is actually the first quote I wrote down, Chris. I thought that was brilliant.
I guess the child thing of it.
Aye.
Goldberg and all when he's he's like, well, be careful, man, that almost hit me. And he says, you're the goalkeeper, it's supposed to hit you. And Goldberg just says, does that sound stupid to anybody else? Such a comedian, that boy.
There's another one with Goldberg where he talks about, I think it's when they're tying him up, and he says something like, my mum wants me to make it to my bar mitzvah. And Bombay's like, I think this is your bar mitzvah. And Goldberg says, it feels me like a circumcision.
Aye. That was the one I wrote down. Fucking, this is your bar mitzvah, Goldberg. Today you become a man. It's fucking brilliant, man. But any other lines, lads? Any other lines?
I'm tapped out.
I like the one, see, when I tell you what, right, I forgot about this bit when it happened. See, when they're driving, and for some reason Bombay's now sitting in the front next to his driver after being in the back the whole time, and then the window gets tanned with the boy in the alley. I'll be honest, right, when it happened, I jumped a wee bit because I forgot about it. And I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, I'm 43 and I'm jumping at that. That's incredible. But then he obviously goes down and he talks to him about it, and he's Lennon smack me. He's well, you're great at breaking windows. Do you ever hit the goal? I just thought, like, all that power and everything, but then it ties into, again, what is it, concentration over strength and soft hands and all that. Really, really showing that Coach Bombay is a coach.
Aye. The thing with the eggs, that was great. You know what I mean? Pass the egg, don't hit the egg, kind of thing. That was good. I like that. You're right, that shows coaching. Do you know what I mean?
But I'd need to actually go back and check that again, because at the egg, when he gets the egg and ends up with the omelette right across his jumper, is that the same jumper that he wears to dinner?
I don't know, mate, but I hope it is.
I'm going to go and check it. I'll drop it in the comments.
No, just that. Like, we're talking about the scene where obviously Bombay turning down duck stuff and the other coach and all that. It's actually mirroring the kids and the school at the same time. Know what I mean? It's like kind of we're turning down the authority sort of thing and whacking at the same time.
Aye. They all
realize
that's what they want. They want to be above everything else.
No, I mean, so it's like kind of go to the same point at the same time. Know what I mean? So suppose the old quicks. But I'm actually surprised none of these wrote down the simple insult that was cake eater. So
I did write it down. I wasn't going to list it, but see, I can remember hearing it and thinking, "The hell is that?" And then obviously now you know what it is. It's like it's an insult for kids that probably weren't able to swear, but it does carry a good meaning once you look into
it. So
what does it mean?
I'll let you explain.
No.
Is it shit eater then? Is it?
Huh?
Well, it's basically. I took it at the time as like being like rich boy, that kind of stuff. So I mean, like,
it's for the Mary Antoinette thing. So you let them eat cake and all that shit. It's that. That's what it came from.
Aye. I guessed that. I thought it was something a bit more underhand. Do you know what I mean? I was waiting.
No, that's what I mean. Like, I took it as like just straightforward. Like, you're a rich bugger. Like, you're no life size, so you can do one. Do you know what I mean? Because the only people that get called it is Banks and Bombay, isn't it?
That's it.
I know. I get that. So it doesn't mean you eat cunts' arses then. So that's. I was wanting you to say that, really.
Yeah, I don't know. There was talk of circumcision and wee Charlie's playing the wingman, so maybe he'd a couple of other things on the go if you paid a certain price. Who knows?
My mum likes something like that. She's a chocolate orange.
You want the red velvet? It's 20 quid extra.
Oh yes. Served in a crispy taco.
Charlie's mom's name is that.
Always gravitate towards vaginas, didn't we? It's fucking great, man. Especially as we were talking about the Predator earlier on.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking hell, man. Oh, but anything else, lads, you'd like to mention about the film? Oh,
No,
I mean,
no, I'll give it in my mark. When I give my mark, I'll say a wee bit more, but on you go.
aye.
I quite
Well, you were,
like that. Aye.
nice. Well, you were saying, I know that you thought the second movie was a lot better than the first one.
I think the second movie's 10 times better than the first one. Having watched it for the first time last night. Not to say this one is utter garbage. It's no utter garbage. I'm not saying that. I'm just, like I said to you I texted you last night, I was pure invested. I was like that. Oh no, they're 4-1 down. Oh, 5-2. What a time to be alive, on it. There was a lot better thought, money, script, a lot more at stake. There was a lot more message and all that in the second one. I thought it was a cinematically a better movie, which, like you said at the start, was never in the fucking running until this one made a good few quid. So, but it's not to say this one's garbage at all, not at all. I'm going to mark it out of 10 as 14-year-old Craig, because 47-year-old Craig is totally different. So I'm going to get a 7 out of 10. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great film of its time. Everybody in my school had a fucking Mighty Ducks hat. You know what I mean? I was baseball caps were big then. It was a hat because nobody could afford a fucking hockey jersey. Jesus. So it's great. Very poignant movie. Movie of its time, and still relevant to pop culture today. Aye.
I agree with pretty much everything you said there, Craig. And the only thing I'll add to it is wait till you see the third one. If you thought the second one was like a step on for the first, I think the third one's a step on again. The storytelling, the sort of drama and suspense through it, and like I don't want to give you spoilers, but it's almost like you feel like everything that's been built in the first two movies is getting taken away from them. So that's sort of a bit of the underdog part as well. So I'll be interested to see what you think of the third one, because
watch that tonight.
I'm the same. I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch the second and third one again, just because, like Chris said, when you're pulling up all the trivia stuff, it gives you in the trilogy. But there's things that you just forget about. Like I forgot all about the wee guy for Texas in the second one.
That's great, anyway. Brilliant.
He's another bit of comedy relief. Like, is it Everman has? Do you know what I mean? But
aye.
I'm the exact same as you. I think for what this movie was compared to what it was intended to originally be and all that, like it's become a generational classic. I think that, like you said, you can still stick on new. Kids are going to love it. I did sort of regress back to being younger when I watched it as well. I let my inner child watch it again, and I'm the exact same as you. I'll give it a 7, and that's maybe because I'll then give 2 and 3 room to get higher marks because they are better movies. But no, I'll give the Mighty Ducks a 7 out of 10.
Aye. Without repeating, let's just say
He's
I'm the
usually
same.
going here, Chris. I'm never coming back on.
It's a one, you horrible bastards. It's push. It's push.
There's racism and everything. What the fuck?
Fucking boom. No, I'm the same. I'm 7, same as yourselves. I remember watching this anytime it came on the telly. It's no doesn't come on the telly that often, but I remember Channel 4. This was another love child for Channel 4 for some reason. During the day. Just the Mighty Ducks are on, you know what I mean?
I called it Monday. Aye, stick the ducks on.
And I had these on videotape, so I mean it was again a go-to for me. Like you enjoyed it, still enjoy it. And the fact that we've spoke about this for I don't know, an hour, 20 odd minutes, and we haven't tore it to fucking pieces. I think it just signifies what we think it, you know what I mean? So 7 all round for everybody. So, and I can't really remember the second one or the third one, so I'll probably need to go and watch them as well. But
yes, it's definitely a thing in it. People that like movies, we can't just watch one of a set. You need to just watch them all. We do it every fucking week. In fact, a new year, so that means Lord of the Rings Director's Cut fucking marathon is on the cards very shortly as well.
Did you see Peter Jackson had to come out and say that the extended editions that everybody thinks exists, the Lord of the Rings, he came out and kiboshed? That's not a thing. Like, stop being ultimate fanboys.
Stop making that bullshit up. People need to live. You need to go outside and see the sun. You're going to turn into Gollum watching this.
Right.
But out of curiosity, I'm going to ask if he's got any kind of celebrity death match in your minds.
No.
What? You'll need to explain what you're wanting here for me.
I forgot to ask him, Chris. We've done a few episodes towards the start and to middle that would make up a celebrity death match each week. A fictional character against another fictional character, or an actor against an actor. But I lost interest. Chris was too good at it. I wasn't.
On the grounds of what we've watched, then we'll put Coach Bombay against, I don't know the guy's name, but is it Billy Bob Thornton that does the coach in Bad News Bears? No,
I've never seen that.
Well, there's big similarities with this, except it's American football, and again you'll get the same type of comedy and all that. But or maybe is it Rick Moranis? Couldn't it be two actors?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Was it?
Aye. Coach Morris.
We'll put that with my celebrity death match then. The two underdogs. When they're both underdogs, who's the favourite? That's the tagline. Get Eddie Hearn. Where is he?
Well, for me, just Billy Bob Thornton anyway. I'd just pick Billy Bob Thornton because he seems a man that would fucking bite you in a fight, you know what I mean? So
I actually think, now that I've said that, I just think Billy Bob Thornton would just shag him.
Aye, and get pissed and then shite in his carpet, because every time I look at Billy Bob Thornton now, I think of two things, right? It was the ride of fucking Angelina Jolie's life. She's come on and said that. He's a ride of her life. And it was Bad Santa. Do you know what I mean? So, I could fuck up most people's parties, couldn't I?
Aye, definitely.
So there you go.
All of that.
Billy Bob Thornton is a shagging Santa.
He is in that, I know.
Aye, true. But
I'm sure all Santa's shag, do they know?
Well, they're all emptying sacks, so it's.
Hey! Joke of the week.
Chalk that one up to the Patter King there.
Aye. We took 6 series. There you are. Made it through a Christmas special without saying that, fuck's sake.
But again, before we go, thanks to Native Origins partnering up with us and Quaint for the tunes. Again, shout out to Seismic. We're going to have a meeting of the heads and get ourselves back on board and see what they come up with. To yourself, John, before you go, you've got the choice of movie bingo, and you're choosing for Craig's movie. So you set the tone for the new series approaching.
Talk about pressure, eh?
Right, where's my list? Right, John, you have the choice between numbers 1 and 25, mate.
Right. We will go 18.
Oh! There we go. One of Chris's favourites, and you've just watched it not long ago, Chris, to be honest with you. But it's not one of your favourites, you've just watched it recently. It is Jurassic World, which is the first of the second remakes, which I have watched, and I'm not joking, literally over 600 times. Easily. That's a ballpark, because I watched it every fucking day when the boys were Waynes, and they still put it on to this day. So I know it inside out, back to front, upside down. I can even speak T-Rex now. You know that?
No research required.
There, aye, definitely. So there you go, mate. Season opener for Series 7, Jurassic World.
There you go. a big dinosaur there, a big boom boom. But aye, there you go, John. Now you've picked dinosaurs for our next series. There, we're going back in time to a new beginning. There you go, there.
Need to get you a bigger DeLorean.
But aye, John, cheers for coming on and getting us a Mighty Ducks there. Have you enjoyed yourself again, sir?
I certainly have. It's a good laugh. I'd recommend it to people that want to have a bit of a laugh about movies that they've watched and enjoy. It's just like-minded shithousery. I love
it. We enjoy having you on, sir. We enjoy having you on. Because it's, I mean, you've been very different scales at your films.
I have. It'll be easy to find something in the middle next time.
Aye, feel free to get another one in, mate, because you're as Chris says, brilliant guest. You know your stuff, and you're a like-minded kind of fella, and you make the time to come on, which a lot of people can't, obviously. But excellent, mate. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, and like many others, these are all appreciated and loved and counted and well regarded on the socials and the likewise. And hope you're still enjoying it and listening and share it with your friends, your family, and your enemies, and tell a random in the pub. You know what I mean?
Aye, 544 on the Facebook group page, which is the only thing keeping me on fucking Facebook, and YouTube subscribers up to 372, which is quite funny because we don't get 372 fucking likes for every episode we put on, but it's good to have you there. You know what I mean?
Aye, it's better to have a populated phone book and not have anybody phone you than have nobody in your phone book and have nobody phone you. Hey,
this is you before you started drinking. Before you started drinking today. Fucking hell.
But hey, it's all about laughs and love and live, laugh, love.
Aye. Just on the tail end of that, people, thanks for again sticking ways for Series 6. It was a bit of a lengthy, girthy number, big veiny throbber, but because there was a big couple of gaps in between, 6-week gap before the last one there and all that. So we hope to get you on board for Series 7, which is obviously going to be the series where somebody with a bit of money stumbles across us and goes, "These guys are fucking awesome. Let's throw money at them." The swear and the shout and the profanities are great.
And they've turned the Mighty Ducks into some pornographic dark movie.
Which is what it was always intended to be.
The coming of age story from Disney. What?
Aye.
But
it'd be even more funny if they did go with the original script about him being an alcoholic and his name was Gordon Bombay. That trivia would have been even more fucking poignant, you know what I
mean? Aye. Bombay by name, Bombay by nature.
Aye.
But without hearing on all that, people, we'll see you next time, and hopefully you're there to listen, laugh, and love along with us.
Just listen and laugh, man. I love that shit the window.
And John, again, cheers for coming on, and hope you enjoyed yourself again.
Loved it.
All right. See you, bye.
See you, bye.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.